Hello and welcome to another challenge run. My name is WWDadman, but you already know that, and part of the footage for this run was recorded live over on my Twitch channel, where I stream multiple times a week, so if you want to be part of that, the link is in the description, give me a follow over there and get notified when I go live. What we are doing today is a catch-em-all run, which you're probably familiar with if you watch any kind of Pokemon challenges, but we are going to do it for Bugsnax on the PS5. The rules are simple. We have to catch at least one specimen of every Bugsnack in the game, which there are 100 of. With all of that out of the way, let's get going. So, after getting invited to the island by Lizbert Megafig, who probably has one of the dumbest names in gaming history, we convince our boss to let us go and write an article on the island of Bugsnax, and fast forward to after we fall off a cliff on the island and find the guy who apparently is the mayor of the village they built here, Filbo. He introduces us to Bugsnax and teaches us how to catch our first snack, a Strabby. He tells us to get him 3 more snacks, so we catch another Strabby as well as 2 Roodles, bringing our current total to 2. After feeding them to Filbo, he takes us back towards town and tells us that Lizbert went missing. On the way, we find a farmer called Wambus and have to lure a bunger away from his ketchup crops. He then wants to eat a shish kebab, a frieder, and a bunger, so we learn to use the bunger to get the shish kebab out of the bush, use ketchup to lure the frieder, and make 2 bungers crash into each other to stun them, and use the net to catch them. This brings our total so far to 5. After that we meet Beffica, who gives us a journal so we can keep track of all the Bugsnax, as well as all the other stuff in the game. It basically has a Bugsnax version of a Pokédex, telling us what we found and caught where, and where we're still missing some. So from here on out, we just need to go through every part of the map and catch every snack we can. So we follow Filbo to Snacksburg. Here we find that Wambus is starting up his farm, and that would be where we can stock up on all the sauces we find along the way. We head to the next area, the Simmering Springs, a hot spring area at the beach. Some weirdo gives us a device that lets us choose which part of the bodies of the guys changes when they eat the Bugsnax, and we find chocolate sauce. Also we catch a Queeble, a Raspy, which is apparently the Strabby of the beach, a Crapple, we snipe a Snackiri out of the air and catch that, and make a Crapple dig out a Pinantula and get that. This brings our total to 10 so far. We find 2 more of the townspeople in Wiggle and Gramble gives us a Strabby in a bowl that we can guide around with a laser pointer to help us find his lost snacks. We're full on our inventory though, so I go to Beffica first and feed her the snacks we still have. She also tells us to get the other snacks in the Grove area scanned, but it's getting dark, so I head back to Snacksburg and then back to the beach to get Gramble's snacks. So we get his orange peel bugs, bringing us to a total of 11. Then we guide back his Queebles without catching them, cause he doesn't like us using the trap. This is enough to get him back to Snacksburg. While we're around here, we also catch a Tropica bug by scaring it out of the bush with a Queeble. That makes a total of 12. Back to the Grove and scan and catch a few new Bugsnax. A Sweetie Fly, a White Strabby, a Crispy Snack Pod, and a Weenie Worm, bringing us up to 16 for now. We feed the Weenie Worm to Beffica cause it's her favorite, and that's it for here for now. Wambus wants to try to farm snacks, so we need to find a fruit and a root snack to plant for him. We already have a fruit in the White Strabbies, so we go all the way back to the Flavor Falls for a Roodle. On the way we catch a Twisty Snack Pod and an Inch Wrap, getting us to 18 snacks so far. Also, after telling Beffica about Wambus dressing up a cactus as his wife, she agrees to come back to Snacksburg as well. We then have a small celebration for the first 3 people returning. We return to the beach and catch a lovely Sweetie Fly, bringing us to 19. Then we go talk to Wiggle, who wants a Pinantula for a new hairdo, and then a Grape Skeeto, which are only out at night, so we skip ahead and make one Grape Skeeto eat another one with chocolate sauce, so it falls down and can be caught. That's cannibalism, and brings us to 20 Bugsnax caught. The next snack Wiggle wants is in the desert area though, so we go there next. As this is a whole new area, we explore a bit first and find Wambus's wife, Triffany, and get some stuff figured out for her. While we're here, we catch a sweet frider, a spuddy, a pop tick, a green peel bug, and a ribblypede. This brings us to 25. Before continuing on, we go back to Snacksburg to stock up on sauces and head back to find some more Bugsnax we didn't get yet. In the Garden Grove, we get a Dr. Sodi, and at Flavor Falls, we get a Pinkle by getting it run over by a Centipede. This brings us to 27. Then we talk to Cromdo in the desert and get a lunch pad from him. This can be used to catapult stuff around. With that, we launch Spuddies into Cheepoofs so we can catch the Cheepoof, as well as a white Cheepoof at night, getting us to 29. We then feed him a sweet frider and he tells us he wants popsicles for legs. For that we need the next area, so we need to get Wiggle and Triffany home first. Before that though, we go back to Flavor Falls once more to get a white Roodle in the rain, a ruby peelbug, a caramel poptick, and a green lollive by launching the Centipede at it. That makes 33. We then feed Wiggle the popticks from earlier and then find this hidden ruin and catch the shy weenie worm in here for Triffany. And with that, she returns to Snacksburg as well. That makes 34 snacks so far, and everyone back at the town for this section. We sit around the campfire, talk about some horror stories of the Queen of Bugsnax, and unlock the way to Sugar Pine Woods. There we get a big popsicle into hot water to make it break into two smaller ones and catch those. Shoot a honeybee out of the sky and catch a Quookie by making it slow down with the lunch pad. This brings us to 37. We get some new gear from the guys here and catapult a popsicle into a Charmallow to put the fire out and catch it, and another one into a Cinnasnail to freeze it and grab it with the new device, making us go to 39. We also get the yellow peel bug that's around here and manage to stun a big popsicle, so we also have the unsplit version caught, making that 41 so far. We also get one last gadget that stuns snacks when they fly or run into the line that it shoots. With that, we have all tools to get any snacks we want. Also, the two guys from this part of the map return to town as well. This lets us do a bit more cleanup. In the groves, we get our final catch for here, the Cob Hopper. In Flavor Falls, we get the entire Sandopede, so both parts, a Grumpy Snack Pot at the beach, a Scorpenu, a Barbecue Bunger, a Poofy Snack Pot, and a Crystal Sweetie Fly in the desert. That brings us to a total of 49 and also finishes the Scorched Gorge and Garden Grove biomes. Also, Gromdo gets back to town, which finishes off this segment and opens the bridge to the new area, which is broken right now though. We go on to finish the Simmering Springs by getting the Waff Stackerak by ringing the breakfast bell and stunning it, and the Baja Tackroach by luring it with hot sauce. That makes 51 and therefore over halfway done. After the next intermission, we set out with Chandlo real quick to finish off the Flavor Falls, catching a wee Mowan and a mama Mowan. This brings us to 53. So we go on to Sizzling Sands, where we catch a Cheeser, a Looted Spuddy, a Sodi D, an Eggler by getting the egg cracked by a Spuddy, a Black Razzie, an Inchurrito, a Tackroach, a Flapjackarak, a Praying Picantis, a Scorepepper by luring it with cheese and getting it sprayed by a Sodi, a Buffalocust by getting it sprayed out of the air after luring it with the Strabby Ball with hot sauce, and after getting Shelda to return to Snacksburg, a Black Lollive and a Meaty Snack Pot. That's 13 in this area and makes 66 in total. Next area is Boiling Bay, where we catch a red banopper, a, excuse my French, la saubieu, a green crapple, a golden queeble, a palatos grande, a sherby, a normal palatos, a greater and a lesser cocomite, and a noodler by accident. That makes 10 here initially and 76 in total so far. We then get Floofty back to Snacksburg and catch a grape skeeto, the blue kind, a flamin' chipoof, and a fruity snack pot, bringing us to 79. We get back to Snacksburg and get some more side missions. One of them is catching a Mega Maki with Wiggle, that also includes getting all the Mini Maki in the process, so that gets us to 81 in total. At this point, the game could really use a fast travel mechanic, as I literally have to run through another biome every time I want to go back to Snacksburg. We also get to the Sizzling Sands with Cromdo to get the Mothsa Supreme. That fight is a bit tedious, and we also get the Bombino along the way, so that brings us to 83 and finishes the Sizzling Sands. While doing some side mission stuff, this happened. But back at the Sugar Pine Woods, before going on to the next area, we get a Rainbow Sweetie Fly, a Nutty Snack Pot, and a Sprinkly Peed, bringing us to 86 and finishing this area. Wambus and Triphony have cleared out the avalanche blocking the mountain, so we can now pass. Frosted Peaks is the final level, so we have 14 more snacks to catch here, and probably also find Liz. Since the lake is freezing, we catch the mountain sodie with a stun gun. After breaking a Scoopy Banoopy, we also get a Banopper and a Cherry. We then go on to get a Chippy, a Chili Nilly and a Stoodler by throwing them into each other, a Melty Snack Pod, a Flutter Jam by just sniping it with peanut butter, and an Instabug by making it come out with the camera. We also get a frozen Agarol by throwing a Stoodler at it and then grabbing its box with the hook, and a Scoopy by leading it into fire, bringing us to a total of 97, leaving the whole Scoopy Panoopy, which I totally forgot to press record for, cause I'm a fucking moron, so here is a redo. And that makes 98 and leaves us with 2 unidentified snacks that I assume are part of a side quest as well, so that's for later. We also find Agabelle, who is looking for Lizbird up here. We try to get an ancient mechanism open with her, and when that doesn't work, we go back to Snacksburg, and according to the game I can't do quests or catch snacks after I do the party here, so we make sure to go after every side quest first. While doing so, we get to catch Baby Cake Legs and Daddy Cake Legs on the Frosted Peaks, finalizing the catch-em-all at 100 snacks. And with that, we can finish the game. We open the door after all and fall into a hole and arrive in the Undersnacks. There we find Liz, who is now the literal queen of Bugsnax, an amalgamation of all Bugsnax that we've seen so far, and tells us that Bugsnax are parasitic and turn everyone into more Bugsnax. So everyone's been eating all the other people who came here before us. This is basically a horror game now, if not before, then at least at this point. Anyway, Agabelle joins in on the amalgamation of snacks somehow, throws Philbo and me out, and we get everyone out of Snacksburg using the balloon ship we arrived on. And that is it. This was sure fun. I enjoyed the game a lot, and I hope you enjoyed the video just as much. I will see you in the next video of whatever I make, and until then, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more. My name is WW Dadman, and just to finish this off properly,
No, I sent them away. It would be hard to make them disappear at this point.
Do they suspect anything?
Hard to say. Could be they're idiots. Could be they know the truth and they're keeping it quiet.
Very well. We will have to keep our eye on them. Tu quid edas.
Omne vivamex Bugsnax.
Sequel baiting.